My name's Justin, this is Jenny, and we flew 3,000 miles south to buy a 30-year-old truck sight unseen and drive it all the way back up through Canada to Alaska. There's going to be some weather delays along the way and costly mishaps that set us back a couple of days, but the views are going to be gorgeous. We're going to try to camp our way through, make awesome food on the side of the road, and hopefully not break down on our way home. Let's get to it. I want to take a quick moment to mention that this video is different than our normal videos. If you're new here, we do a lot of remote camping in Alaska year-round. We get dropped off on coastal beaches, camp in extreme weather,
so warming up to negative 29 degrees Fahrenheit,
build shelters, and cook a lot of amazing food over the fire. So if you'd like to see more of that, be sure to check out our channel. Well, good morning. We got in yesterday. This morning, my dad's coming by. We're gonna hit the Willamette River and do some bass fishing. I'm gonna take you guys along with me. Tomorrow, we'll be driving south further to pick up that truck. Let's go fishing. All right, we're down here on the Willamette River. Secret spot. Gonna catch fish this time too, guarantee it. Double.
Oh, no.
Heck yeah. There's one. Yeah. Yeah, they are. What was that? Awesome. All right, well, I had a lot of fun fishing with my dad yesterday. We caught 19 smallmouth bass. Pretty awesome. And guess what? There it is, right there. 1996 Ford extended cab, long bed with the 7.3 power stroke diesel. Amazing. So got a couple things we got to do before we hit the road though. This headache rack that goes along here's got to come off. Got to take this truck box out. Got to take the fifth wheel hitch out because we're going to be laying a tent there and we don't have a fifth wheel, so no reason to have it. Got some work to do. Let's get to it.
If you guys need a couch move, just give us a jingle. All right, everybody, the truck's all dialed in, ready to go. This is day one of our Oregon to Alaska adventure trip thingy that we're doing. Let's hit the road.
Let us know in the comments if you want us to do a survival video down here, and it won't happen. Crossing into Washington.
Well, good morning. Yesterday we ended up hearing a loud grinding noise on our front driver's side brake area, and it turned out that the caliper was seized up. So after $2,100 in repairs, brakes, calipers, wheel bearings, pads, you know, the whole thing, we're back on the road. We actually have a lot of stuff planned for this trip, and it's going to get kind of exciting, just a little bit maybe. So stay tuned. She's just a wee bit greasy.
Yeah, just a sprinkle.
It's just a sprinkle.
Man, after spending so much time in Alaska, just coming here to Seattle like this traffic is a shocker. It is a night and day difference. See there, they got the mini Hadron Collider. Probably transporting that up to Alaska where it belongs.
Yeah.
Time to pick up this boat. Get up the road. All right, there we are. 21-foot Sea-Doo. Hopefully that cover stays on the whole way. It's made for storage, I think, not for travel, but we'll see. All right, let's hit the road again. All right, now that we're towing, let's put this bad boy in tow mode. Oh yeah. Now we're going. We're gonna be crossing in Sumas, however you pronounce that. And yeah, get some food because we are getting hungry. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we made it through the border. They didn't find any of our contraband, so lucked out there. That's a joke, by the way. Time to make our way to Hope to get some groceries because we're dang hungry, and make our way up to Kamloops. So let's get to it.
Boys are different, eh? We don't. They don't.
Apologize in advance. Ketchup flavored crisps. Well, it's getting pretty late. We want to cook food now instead of eating when we get there because it's going to be dark, so we're going to cook. We're at a rest stop here, and fortunately the sewer smell is blowing this way, so that's fantastic. But we're going to get cooking here. We're going to make some, what are we making?
Alfredo. Chicken Alfredo. Welcome to Jenny's Camping next to the highway somewhere in Canada cooking show. Tonight we're going to be doing a 4-cheese ravioli with some pesto chicken. Usually I marinate my own meat, but you know, we're really far from home. We've got some spinach, and we're going to get this party started because we're ready for dinner. The water is boiling. Get these in there.
Ooh, gonna be good.
In with the marinated deliciousness. Okay. Man, it has been raining ever since we got to Seattle. Like non-stop. I think tonight's going to be pretty interesting. We're trying to set up the tent in the back of the truck. I think we're going to get these swapped out because the other burner is much hotter, and these noodles are just about done. Ooh.
Oh man. Oh, that smells good. I don't know what kind of flavor seasonings they have in there, but I like it.
Boy, this tent's getting steamy.
Yeah. It's gonna get even steamier as soon as I start eating food. Oh yeah.
So I'm just gonna take I'm gonna take a handful of spinach and put it in the pasta. I'm doing it. Usually I saute this in the pan for a little bit, but we're just winging it, you know? That's what we do.
Flying by the seat of our pants here.
Exactly. Chicken is done. Get our sauce added.
Careful there.
Ooh.
Oh, you don't even need a man for that.
I don't need no man. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Uh-oh.
Thanks. Some chicken cut up here. All right, here we go.
Not bad for the back of the tailgate on a Canadian pull-off.
Yeah, I don't think we'd be able to have done this without the tarp.
This is exactly what I needed. It is raining nonstop.
Yeah, I'm wondering how miserable we're going to be tonight. And I think it's supposed to be more rain tomorrow, so this will be interesting.
That was delicious.
All right, guys. Well, I made dinner. You guys doing dishes? Just kidding. I got it.
All right, we are back on the road. That was delicious. We've got 2 hours to get to our final destination for the first night, and that'll put us there at 9:55 p.m. So then we get to set up the tent. It's gonna be a little bit late night, but this is an adventure.
Well, these are not favorable driving conditions. The roads are actually pretty darn icy. Snow's coming down really good. We are back in winter, apparently, making our way to Kamloops.
That was some sketchy driving. We ended up going up over the pass, and I had to go 15 miles an hour pretty much over the entire pass, and it took us forever. So we're gonna call it a defeat tonight and rented a hotel. We still had another hour to go to where we were planning on ending the night and setting up a tent, and that's just not gonna happen at this point. It's almost midnight, so we're gonna hit the sack, see you guys in the morning, and got a 10+ hour drive ahead of us tomorrow, so it should be fun. We'll see you then. Good morning. Let's hit the road.
Housekeeping?
But this Motel 6 here in Merritt, British Columbia, not too bad. I think it was $65 US. And back where I'm from originally, a $65 hotel is one of those hotels you don't stay in the whole night. But this one's pretty clean, comfortable, and we got some good rest, and we're gonna hit the road now. We have hit Quesnel. We need some baby wipes, a can opener, and a tarp. So we're gonna stop into Canadian Tire and pick some of that stuff up.
Bigger is better. We are back on the road leaving Quesnel. We have 5 hours and 42 minutes left until we get to Dawson Creek, which Dawson Creek is the official start of the Alaskan Highway. That means tomorrow we will officially be on the Alaskan Highway.
It's time for dinner. Let's pull over now. Welcome to Tailgate Cuisine with Justine. Today we're gonna make mature, fancy grilled cheese sandwiches with Le Gruyere, mature English cheddar, prosciutto. We're gonna top it off with some chili because we like to tempt fate on road trips like that. So let's get started. We've got a yellow onion. Got some butter, extra virgin olive oil in our pan. In with our onion. A little bit of pepper, a little bit of salt, some thyme.
Very fancy.
Thank you. I was supposed to put brown sugar in here, but you know how it goes. All right, after you've properly burned your onions like I just did, you want to put them into a bowl so you can enjoy those later. Time to cut the cheese. So a little known secret about doing grilled cheese is instead of using butter to butter your bread, use mayonnaise. Gives it a crispier crust and is actually quite a bit better than using butter. And once I did this, never went back to the old way. Just like that, all the way to the edges. All the way to the edges. Before we get the sandwiches going, I'm gonna make the chili happen. Jenny and I are sleeping in the same tent tonight, and she still let me eat this, so there's something special. Oh man. And get these pieces put in here. Start layering. Got the cheddar and Gruyere here. There we go. Jenny only wants one piece on hers. Just one more piece of cheddar. Another trick, get these melty is to put that over there and retain the heat. Mine's gonna be filled with much more cheese. A lot more cheese. A little bit on the dark side, but it's still okay. Some white cheddar, some Gruyere in the middle, prosciutto, some more Gruyere, and a couple pieces of white cheddar. We're layering like a lasagna. Double it up, double it up. It's gonna be good. I almost forgot my burnt onions, man. I want that. Now we're cooking with taters. Look at that. This wouldn't have been an adult grilled cheese without that. All right, first taste test. Oh, that is delicious. It is a little bit salty. Oh, now we're talking. That's it, folks. What you thought? Oh, look at that cheese pull. Dang.
It's really good.
Well guys, when it rains it pours. We got into Dawson Creek last night and we're leaking diesel pretty heavily. Thought maybe at first it was a leaking fuel bowl drain valve. Wasn't that. Turned out that the front tank somewhere is punctured or ruptured or somewhere leaking. So we had to drain the whole tank, and now we're running off of the rear tank only, which is 18 gallons. We've got two portable 5-gallon diesel tanks in the back of the bed and 18 gallons in the rear tank, and let's hope for the best. We got some big stretches coming up in a couple of days without any fuel stations, so let's keep trekking along. It wouldn't be an adventure if something didn't go wrong, right? So we are making our way to Muncho Lake today. We've still got 5.5 hours to go. I think total is about an 8-hour drive. On the way though, we're gonna be stopping at Tetsa River Lodge. Supposedly they have the best cinnamon buns in the world. In fact, on their website, they say it's the cinnamon bun center of the galactic cluster. So this sounds pretty good and too good to pass up. We're gonna stop on our way and see if that claim is legit. Okay, you can look forward now. The cinnamon bun capital of the world is closed. No! This trip just gonna have to turn around and go home. We are going home. Well, since the cinnamon bun thing was a fail, I think we're gonna pull over and make dinner. It's getting that time. We're gonna be making something real tasty. Been looking forward to it since the start of this trip. Let's make it happen. Welcome to Justin's next to horse manure on the side of the Canadian Highway cooking show. Today we're making Navajo tacos and it's gonna be fantastic. I'm gonna start out with some regular ground beef here. Get that sizzling. Oh yeah, let that sizzle already. Okay. Hi, how are you? So what are you guys making for dinner tonight? We gotta know, gotta give us some ideas. We did a poll not too long ago, and our next meal with our next video is gonna be #1 place from that poll, which I think at the moment was glazed bacon wrapped pork loin. You know that's gonna be good. All right, we've got the burger browned. We're gonna add some taco seasoning. Shocking. All right, the burger is browned. About an hour and a half ago, we put some flour, yeast, sugar, olive oil, and water together and got it fermenting. You can see the little bubbles in there. It's gonna be some poofy goodness. So let's hope this doesn't stick too bad. Oh my goodness, it's very sticky. Well, I'm going for it. First one, I made this very high hydration. It's gonna work out pretty good though. It's just extra sticky. I think we're done. Turned out a little thicker than I was hoping for, but that's okay for me. A little bit of burger, a little bit of guacamole, a little bit of lettuce, and for good measure, sour cream. A lot of sour cream apparently. So ladies and gentlemen, Navajo taco without some other onions and things I probably would normally put on it. That's real good.
That was really good, and now we're gonna make our way to Muncho Lake, which is absolutely gorgeous, and we're super excited to spend the night there. Let's go!
Well, we finally found a spot to call tonight. I'm gonna go ahead and get everything out of the back of the truck and set up the truck tent. So we picked up this Napier Backroadz truck tent. Not sponsored by this company, we bought it with our own money, but it looks pretty cool and we're gonna give it a shot for the first night right now. Well, it's supposed to get down to about 17 degrees Fahrenheit tonight, so we got this heated cushion here from Canadian Tire. That thing's pretty big. We're gonna give that thing a shot inside the sleeping bag to see how that works.
This
That's
thing,
big.
yeah, it's huge.
That should do the trick. All right, guys, well, we're hunkered down for the night.
Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
We're hunkered down for the night. Gonna get some sleep. Gonna wake up real early because we got another big drive tomorrow. Tomorrow we're gonna be staying in a rustic cabin in Whitehorse, Yukon. So it's gonna be amazing. We'll see you guys in the morning. doing good at that. That's my wife over there doing that stuff. Well, we were going to make breakfast right on the back of the tailgate here, but in all of our infinite wisdom and impeccable planning, we only brought one bottle of propane, and it's about a 1/16 full. Not enough propane for that for now. We're going to make coffee, which is absolutely mandatory and unskippable, and then get back on the road for another full day of driving.
Add a little for evap. Precision. All right, everybody. Just which way is off? Just kidding.
All right, we got some more Death Wish instant coffee. By the way, I want to say thank you to Death Wish for sending me a goodie box with a hoodie and some other stuff. They saw one of our videos and were impressed by my coffee drinking abilities. So thank you guys, and love your coffee, and it's going to keep on getting drinking. Vanilla powdered creamer. Oh, jeez. Wow.
That's like the Big Lebowski.
Yeah. Well, we've made it to Watson Lake, and we wanted to stop by real quick and show you guys this signpost forest. It's pretty cool. Well, there's a bunch of snow in there, and I've got shoes on, and I'm not wanting to get my ankles wet. So unfortunately, we're just gonna look from the outside here, but there's gotta be tens of thousands of signs here people put up on their way through. Pretty cool, but we still got like 6 hours of driving to do, so let's get back on the road. Quick stop for an oil check. Not even a drop burned.
So usually on these trips, we like to make our own food from scratch whenever possible. But since we're in Canada, we want to try a traditional plate called Poutine. And we're going to swing into Whitehorse and stop off and pick some up and give it a go and see how good it is. Oh my gosh.
All right, folks, there you go. Poutine from Big Bear. Poutine is French fries, brown gravy, and cheese curds. All great things and probably fantastic when put together. We're gonna find that out right now. I get it. I get the appeal.
It's different.
Yeah, the cheese makes it great. Cheese makes everything great. All right, we're gonna go ahead and eat this quickly and get back on the road. We have an hour to get to our place tonight. Tonight we're staying in an awesome cabin, and it's gonna be fantastic. We'll see you guys shortly.
So follow the road till you get to the T-junction where you can go only left or... Is that where we just were, or we're up here? Dude, gorgeous view. Wow. Holy cow.
Oh man.
This is really cool.
Rustic.
Wow. This is really cool.
Yeah.
Wow, these are heavy. These are steep. Oh, wow. Dude, have you been up here? That is really cool. So, let me just say that this would be like hundreds of dollars
Yeah.
in Alaska, like hundreds of dollars. And this is like 115 US dollars, which
Yeah,
is
that's a really
insane.
good deal.
Yeah, like so far everything's been cheaper, like the fuel, the food. And we could just put a tent downstairs.
There you go. Still camping.
I know this isn't our usual stuff. All right, well, we're gonna head to bed. Tomorrow we're going to attempt a over 12-hour drive all the way back home. We'll see how that goes. If not, we may be spending the night part way. But anyways, off to bed. We'll see you guys in the morning.
All right, 5:30 a.m. We are on the road bright and early today, heading to Haines Junction to fuel up. But first thing, we got to figure out some coffee here because it's pretty early. Man, BC is beautiful, but there is something special about Yukon. It is absolutely gorgeous up here.
Breakfast of champions.
All right, it's lunchtime and we got some steak to get rid of before we cross the border. Time for food.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Jenny's Frozen Lakeside Camping Cooking Show. Today we're doing a beef sirloin steak and some maple bourbon chopped salad kit. Oh, thanks, babe. Montreal steak seasonings. Let me get that on there, but not too much. It's salty. By the way, this is AAA Angus Canadian beef. We've heard it tastes kind of like maple syrup, but we're gonna find out.
That was like nothing. That's the good stuff right there.
Since you guys didn't help with dishes last time, I'm gonna mix the salad in this bag so we won't have to deal with that again. You just gotta wing it through life, you know what I mean? All right, this bad boy is done. Ooh. First taste test. Ooh.
Not bad.
That's actually really good.
Oh man.
I need a new fork. Bourbon slaw. Ooh. Together.
Bum diggity, as they say.
You could make this into a wrap or something.
I don't know, these Canadian cows are pretty tasty. That or it's my wife's cooking, one or the other.
It's your wife's cooking.
Yeah. All right, another successful meal on the side of the road and more driving ahead. Let's get to it. Man, I'm starting to get what most guys call a 5 o'clock shadow. For me, it's more like a 5-day shadow. It took me like 2 weeks to get to this point.
Yeah, it didn't even start growing until you bought the truck.
Yeah.
All right, Canada, that's it. There's the border. It's been long. It's been fun, but it hasn't been fun long. Thanks for having us.
We've made it back to Alaska. Nothing but smooth sailing from here. Smooth sailing and rough roads. Well, a lot of wildlife on this trip. So far, we've seen moose, elk, bison, deer, fox. What else?
Rabbits, grouse.
Oh, Dall sheep. It's like a wildlife safari. No bears though, yet.
Probably see one on our next camping trip.
Yeah. Coming into Tok, Alaska. Here we are, $5.99, $6 per gallon of diesel here. Well, the old truck hasn't done too bad, other than a punctured fuel tank and brakes along the way, but can't complain. We made it all the way to Alaska, 2,500 miles so far. Pretty awesome. Needs a little bit of a bath though. Look at that, springtime in Alaska. You can almost see the flowers starting to bloom. Well, another mishap. We were coming into Glen Allen and we had a windstorm going on. Gusts had to have been 40, 50 plus miles an hour. And the cover of the boat ripped most of the way and we had to pull over, and there it is now. Jenny's got herself a table. Hopefully that's the last mishap of the trip. Well, we're getting closer. We left the cabin this morning 14 hours ago officially. It's been a long day. We've got an hour and 45 minutes left home and we are complete with this trip. All right, we dropped the boat off to its rightful owner. The old truck sure has some pep in her step when she's not towing. If you made it this far, you're probably a subscriber, so thank you very much. And if you're not a subscriber and you've made it this far, you should probably subscribe because we've got a lot of cool videos you should go check out on our channel. And thank you guys for watching.
Thanks, guys.